I'm Steve Bland, CEO of the MTA of Nashville, the RTA of Middle Tennessee, and we're here today to talk about InMotion 2015, Strategic Transit Plan for Davidson County and the surrounding 10-county area. Everybody's realized that growing traffic congestion and the inability of us to really get around effectively in the region is becoming a real barrier to growth in Nashville. So we wanted to take a step back at the MTA and the RTA and say, with a blank sheet of paper, what would people in Middle Tennessee do to improve mobility? So the InMotion process is really about finding out what the community needs and how we can more effectively create transit and other mobility solutions. Well, Nashville has a very efficient transit system. It's a bus system, plus the Music City Star. But frankly, it's not as expansive as what we need in a very rapidly growing region and with the changing needs of our community. We're in the same situation here in Nashville that cities like Denver and Dallas and Austin and Charlotte were in a number of years ago. And they made the plans and they made the decisions to move forward with a much more robust transit system. And as a result, where we carry maybe 11 million riders a year here in this region, those systems are carrying anywhere from 40 to 70 million, and it's become a very efficient choice for people to travel around those cities. It's not as dense a city as, say, a New York or a Philadelphia, where you consider transit to be, kind of a standard way of getting around. It's something that people in this area aren't as used to, so certainly the image of transit, building up the image of transit as a viable choice for any number of trips, frankly for anyone in the community, is going to be very important. And of course the challenge that every city faces with this issue, true with transit, true with roads and bridges, is how do we pay for the improvements that we want to make? At this point in the process, no idea is off the table. So we're obviously looking at things like expansions in the BRT light types of services, full-blown bus rapid transit, which is essentially trying to make a bus as much like a rail system as you possibly can without the rail infrastructure. We are examining options like light rail and streetcars and commuter rail. But one of the things I keep coming back to is we really have to focus on the service model. You can have the fanciest, sexiest mode of transportation possible, but if it doesn't run often enough, if it doesn't run late enough, if it doesn't go where you want to go, it will be of absolutely no use to you. So one of the things we've been really probing with people in the region is, where do you want to go and what are the characteristics of service that would make it most useful for you? And that's where the dialogue's really been focused to date. We've done quite a bit of upfront public engagement. We've had about 5,000 people participate so far. Generally what they're telling us is pretty simple and not too hard to understand. They want a system that's more frequent than it is now. They want a system that runs longer hours. They want a system that's more direct and has quicker ways of getting around. When we talk about regional travel between Nashville and some of the outlying cities like Murfreesboro and Franklin, pretty simple. What people have told us over and over again is, if you can make it as fast or faster than my car, I will use it. So those are absolutely the types of solutions that we have to create. Right now, we have a number of strategies that we're sort of posting on the plan website. We're trying to slow feed those to folks, but we're encouraging people to look at potential strategies. Things like frequent service networks, light rail, streetcar, what do those look like? Those become essentially the tools in our toolbox. So with the additional information we're getting, what we hope to come out with in the fall is a series of alternatives or scenarios that put a lot of those tools together in a kit for the region. Then we're going to go through another extensive round of public engagement to say, well, what is it you like about these various options? What don't you like? What are the things that concern you? What questions do you have? And ultimately, our goal is in the first quarter of 2016 to be able to produce a plan that will gain some legs, get a whole lot of support, that will be building on short-term, medium-term, and long-term. And when we say long-term, it could be 25 years or more. Best way to get involved is to start at the InMotion2015.org website. It'll give you tons of information, lots of reports. It'll give you results of public surveys that we've done today. It will give you opportunities to participate in surveys and interactive exercises. You can also sign up there for email updates, Friend us on Facebook, do all of the social media things, and you'll get information about follow-up meetings, activities, and when those plans and alternatives are coming around. Most important, it's let us know what you think. Let us know what you think about the options we're presenting. Let us know what concerns you about mobility in Nashville. What does your commute look like? Where are the places that you have trouble getting to? What are the issues that you have, so that we know what we need to work on?